Coming out of college, scouts said Jason Kelce was too small, and that his brother Travis had character concerns, stemming from a suspension his sophomore year. Travis fell to the 3rd round, and Jason fell to the 6th. Over a decade later, their draft projections didn't amount to much, but their NFL careers did, as Jason and Travis Kelce became arguably the greatest brother duo to ever grace the NFL. But in order to understand how these two overlooked brothers all but guaranteed themselves a gold jacket, we have to go back to the beginning. The Kelce brothers grew up in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, and were sons to father Ed and mother Donna Kelce. Jason, the older of the two Kelce brothers, played running back and linebacker for the Cleveland Heights high school football team, but starred in both hockey and lacrosse as well. After 2 all-league seasons in high school, Jason walked on to Cincinnati's football team as a running back, before switching to fullback and redshirted as a freshman. Finally, Jason switched to the offensive line. And although he was considered undersized for his position at the time, he made an impact in his 2nd season, starting 7 games on UC's 10-3 team in 2007. All the while, younger brother Travis was setting the world on fire for the same high school his older brother attended, but as a quarterback. Travis played on varsity for 3 seasons and was all-league as well. When his high school career ended in 2007, Travis joined his brother Jason at UC on scholarship as a 2-star recruit. Travis redshirted as a freshman, and Jason transitioned to full-time starter, playing 13 games at left guard next to 2 future NFL offensive linemen. UC went 11-3 that year, winning the Big East, and making the Orange Bowl, where they inevitably fell to Virginia Tech, 20-7. In 2009, Jason made 2nd team All-Big East and started another 13 games at guard, and Travis saw time at quarterback and tight end as a sophomore, as the Bearcats completed an undefeated 12-0 regular season, winning the Big East again, with another BCS Bowl berth that, unfortunately, ended in another defeat, this time to Florida, 51-24. However, after Travis's 2nd year playing alongside Jason, the younger Kelce was suspended for the entire 2010 season for marijuana use and violation of team rules, a suspension that would come back to haunt him later on. That same year, Jason moved to center, and while the Bearcats took a step back, finishing 5-7, the elder Kelce brother finished another spectacular season at UC, and was an honorable mention All-American. Once his senior season ended, Jason headed for the NFL draft. But even after 3 strong seasons with the Bearcats, there was a problem. Jason was considered very undersized for an NFL offensive lineman. While he stood at 6'3", Jason only weighed in at around 280 pounds. For reference, the average height of an NFL center is 6'3", but the average weight is 308 pounds, putting Jason nearly 30 pounds below the average. And although his RAS graded size was poor, Jason's other metrics, speed, explosion, and agility, were elite. Metrics that included a blazing fast 4.89 40-yard dash, the fastest for a center in the 2011 class. Despite his incredible athletic traits, scouts were still very nervous about Jason's weight, and he was only projected as a 4th-round pick. As a result, Jason's football ability was underestimated, and he slipped all the way to the 6th round in the 2011 NFL Draft, when the Eagles selected him 191st overall. As a rookie, Philly offensive line coach Howard Mudd compared Kelce to former 5-time Pro Bowler Jeff Saturday, who Mudd coached in Indy for 11 seasons. In Jason's first season, and with help from Mudd, he became the first rookie in Eagles history to start all 16 games at center. And although there may have been rookie struggles at times, Jason showcased that he could be truly special, barring major setback. In his 2nd season, however, major setback came, as Jason went down with an MCL and ACL tear in a September game against the Ravens, an injury that would sideline him for the remainder of his sophomore NFL season. In 2011, Travis returned to the Bearcats, playing tight end full-time, but with limited production, only tallying 150 total yards and 2 touchdowns. But in 2012, Travis put NFL scouts on notice. He finished his best year as a Bearcat in his senior season, with 45 receptions for 722 yards and 8 touchdowns, winning College Football Performance Awards Tight End of the Year, and at the conclusion of the season, headed for the NFL Draft. While Travis had above average size for a tight end, standing at 6'4" and weighing 255 pounds, along with elite athletic traits like his brother Jason, character concerns impacted Travis's draft stock. Teams were nervous about Travis's suspension, and even though the younger Kelce showed signs of being a star tight end, the lack of production and suspension caused Travis to slip to the 3rd round, when he was selected by the Kansas City Chiefs, 63rd overall.
Kansas City Chiefs select Travis Kelce.
In 2013, after recovering from injury, Jason was back in form. He helped the Eagles to a playoff berth and was the first overall graded center by PFF, a stepping stone accomplishment that would help pave the way for a future Hall of Fame career. Travis, unlike Jason, struggled as a rookie, mostly due to injury, and was sidelined for the beginning of his inaugural campaign, until being put on injured reserve in October after undergoing surgery. In 2014, Jason got a new contract, 6 years, $37.5 million. And although he missed the first 4 games due to surgery on a sports hernia injury, he still managed to make the Pro Bowl. In Travis's second year, he made tremendous strides. The younger Kelce led the Chiefs in receiving in 2014 with 862 yards on 67 receptions, and showed the flashes that made him such an intriguing prospect. In 2015, Jason continued to look strong, starting another 16 games for the Eagles, and Travis also continued showing his upward trajectory, with the first Pro Bowl selection, and was named to the NFL's top 100 list at 91st overall. The following season, it was Travis's turn to get paid, and he signed an extension with Kansas City, 5 years, $46 million, topping brother Jason by nearly $9 million. 2016 was a great year for the Kelces, as both brothers were named to the Pro Bowl, validating the extensions they had received in previous years. That season, Travis was ejected and fined over $24,000 for an outburst he had against the Jaguars, when he hilariously received his second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for throwing a towel, like it was a flag, toward the referee. Aside from the outburst, it was all flowers for Travis, as he led all tight ends with 1,225 yards, and helped Alex Smith, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs reach the playoffs with a first-round bye. Unfortunately, the run ended abruptly, as the Chiefs lost in the divisional round to the Steelers, 18-16. The 2017 season was a great season for both Kelce brothers, but in very different ways. Travis once again had an incredible year, surpassing the 1,000-yard mark for the second straight season, was named to his third Pro Bowl, and again made the NFL Top 100 list at number 24. The Chiefs finished 10-6 and made the playoffs, but lost again, this time to the Titans in the wild card round, 22-21. It seemed as though Reid, Travis, and the Chiefs were having a difficult time getting over the top, and that a change needed to be made. Jason and the Eagles, on the other hand, had about as good of a season as one could ask for. Jason started all 16 games, was named a first-team All-Pro, and Run Blocker of the Year. The Eagles rolled in the 2017 regular season. But when MVP caliber Carson Wentz went down with injury, the Eagles' Super Bowl aspirations seemed to be dashed. Until journeyman quarterback Nick Foles, who started his career with the Eagles in 2012, got hot and led the Eagles with tremendous quarterback play down the stretch. Kelce, Foles, and the Eagles rolled through the playoffs and matched up with the Patriots in the Super Bowl. In what was one of the most incredible Super Bowls in recent memory, Jason Kelce and the Eagles defeated the New England Patriots to bring home the first Lombardi Trophy in Eagles franchise history, which was, of course, highlighted by one of the gutsiest calls in Super Bowl history. After Kansas City's season came to a quick end in the 2017 playoffs, Andy Reid knew it was time for a change. Andy felt as though Alex Smith may no longer be the guy to get the Chiefs over the top, and made a change to start the 2018 season. Andy, of course, turned to Patrick Mahomes, the relatively unknown gunslinger out of Texas Tech that the Chiefs drafted the year prior. The decision turned out to be one for the ages, and the Mahomes-Kelce connection was immediate. Mahomes played an MVP caliber, bringing home his first MVP in the 2018 season, and Travis had career highs in both receiving yards with 1,336 and touchdowns with 10. The Chiefs rolled in 2018 to a 12-4 record, winning the AFC West, and got a first-round bye in the playoffs. In the divisional round against the Colts, Mahomes helped Travis and Reid finally get over the hump, as they dominated the Colts 31-13 to set up an AFC Championship matchup with the Patriots. In the conference championship game, the Chiefs did all they could to reach their first Super Bowl since 1970, but ended up falling short when Brady led the Patriots down the field in overtime, winning the game with a touchdown. That same season, Jason had another stellar year with another All-Pro nomination, but the Eagles took a step back after their incredible Super Bowl run, finishing 9-7. The Eagles did manage to make the playoffs and defeated the Bears in the wildcard round, but lost in the divisional round to the Saints, 14-20. In 2019, Reid, Mahomes, Travis, and the Chiefs had all their stars in place, and felt as though they were ready to take the next step toward a Lombardi. That season, the Chiefs rolled to a 12-4 record. Travis finished his fourth consecutive season with over 1,000 yards receiving, the first tight end in NFL history to do so. In the playoffs, the Chiefs got another bye and faced off against the Texans in the divisional round. After falling behind 24-0 to start the game in what was shaping up to be a tragic Chiefs meltdown, Mahomes, Travis, and the Chiefs came storming back. They won an incredible 51-7 scoring run to end the game and defeated the Texans 51-31. Kelce finished the game with 10 catches for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns and was crucial to the Chiefs' comeback victory. In the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs would not fall behind by such a large margin and defeated the Titans to reach their first Super Bowl in 50 years. In the Super Bowl, the Chiefs finally got over the hump, coming from behind against the Niners with 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win their second Lombardi trophy in franchise history. As for the Eagles, they finished the season 9-7 again, and this time fell to the Seahawks in the wildcard round. Jason turned in another tremendous performance, making his third straight Pro Bowl and getting his third All-Pro nod. At the conclusion of the 2019-2020 season, Travis's franchise had a Lombardi in hand, and Jason's team was ready for a change. Feeling as though they weren't close to where they had been a few years prior, after Nick Foles' historic run, the Eagles decided to make a Chiefs-like change and drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft.
Jalen Hurts, quarterback.
In 2020, the Eagles had a major letdown season, finishing with a 4-11-1 record, and fired coach Doug Peterson. However, Jason, again, started all 16 games and made another Pro Bowl. Travis and the Chiefs were looking to repeat. Prior to the start of the year, Travis signed another extension, this time a 4-year, $57 million deal. Travis made the Chiefs' faith in him well worth it, as he broke the tight end receiving yards record with 1,416 yards on 105 catches, another career high. The Chiefs made it all the way to the Super Bowl again, but injuries along the offensive line plagued them, as their title defense hopes were dashed by the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers when they lost 31-9. In 2021, Philly took a step forward. The Eagles, with new coach Nick Sirianni and starting quarterback Jalen Hurts, ended the season at 9-8, but lost in the wild card round of the Bucs, 31-15. Jason had yet another impressive season, making his fourth All-Pro team and making the NFL Top 100 list. That same year, Travis also balled out. He finished the year with another 1,000 receiving yard season, made his sixth All-Pro team, and seventh straight Pro Bowl. The Chiefs made another run to the AFC Championship game after victories in both the wild card round over the Steelers and divisional round against the Bills, in a 42-36 back-and-forth overtime thriller. In the game, Travis was mic'd up, and on a critical 13-second drive to force overtime, Kelce instructed Tyreek Hill to run a route that led to a crucial pickup, and then improvised a route of his own on the second play, when Mahomes famously yelled, "Do it, Kelce," just prior to the snap. In the AFC Championship game, however, the Chiefs fell short to Joe Burrow-led Bengals, 27-24. 2022 was the year of the Kelce. Prior to the season, Jason was contemplating retirement. But after 1 year of experience with Nick Sirianni under his belt, Hurts, Kelce, and the Eagles flourished. The Eagles finished 14-3 that season, and the tush push was born, with Jason as the focal point. In short yardage situations, the Eagles started to run a QB sneak with Hurts under center, where his teammates would push him from behind, as Jason bowled over the defensive lineman in front of him to gain leverage on the play. That season, the Eagles went 25 of 27 on the play, an astounding 93%. Travis and the Chiefs also had an amazing regular season. Travis became the fifth tight end in NFL history to go over 10,000 yards receiving, and extended his tight end record of consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to 7. Mahomes won his second MVP, and the Chiefs also finished with a 14-3 record. Travis and the Chiefs were 14-3 on the AFC side, Jason and the Eagles were 14-3 on the NFC side, in what was shaping up to be a clash of titans. In the divisional round, the Eagles won handily over their division rival Giants, 38-7. The Chiefs beat the Jags, 27-20. Both Kelces were headed to the championship games. In the AFC Championship, the Chiefs won again, this time getting the better of the Bengals, 23-20. to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. In the NFC Championship, Jason, Hurts, and the Eagles rolled, beating up a quarterback-depleted 49ers team 31-7. The table was set. It was Eagles versus Chiefs, Hurts versus Mahomes, Kelce versus Kelce. This was the first time NFL brothers played against each other in the Super Bowl, and the second occurrence of brothers matched up, when the Harbaugh brothers coached against each other in Super Bowl 47. The first touchdown of the big game was scored by the Eagles, utilizing their famous tush-push. On the Chiefs' first drive, they tied it at 7s, when Travis scored on a touchdown pass from Mahomes. Both brothers were making an impact early. In the second quarter, the Eagles rattled off 17 points to only the Chiefs 7, taking a 24-14 lead into the break. After the halftime show, the Chiefs scored on their first possession, pulling to within 3, and the Eagles added another 3 to make it 27-21, after they converted another tush-push on 4th and 1 midway through the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, the Chiefs responded, when Kadarius Toney scored on a Mahomes touchdown pass, making it 28-27. After the Eagles failed to convert on third down, the Eagles punted to Kadarius Toney on 4th and 2, and Toney again made an impact returning the ball all the way to the Eagles' 5-yard line. A couple plays later, Sky Moore scored on a 3rd and goal to extend the Chiefs' lead to 8. After converting another tush-push on 3rd and 1 on the next drive, the Eagles drove all the way to the Chiefs' 1-yard line, thanks to a Hurts deep pass to Devonta Smith. Once again, the Eagles cashed in on a tush-push and converted the 2-point conversion on a Hurts QB sweep, tying the game at 35-all with a little over 5 minutes left. The Chiefs drove all the way down the field, but appeared to be stopped on 3rd and 8 until Bradbury was flagged for a questionable holding penalty to extend the Chiefs' drive. Kansas City ran down the clock and kicked a field goal to go up 38-35 with little time left on the clock. The Eagles had one last chance, but Hurts' Hail Mary attempt came up short, and the Chiefs won their second Super Bowl with Mahomes, Kelce, and Reed. After considering retirement again following the Super Bowl loss, Jason decided to come back for one more year. That year, the Eagles started off hot, but crumbled down the stretch, losing 6 of 7 games, including a wild-card loss to the Bucs. After another Pro Bowl and All-Pro season, Jason decided to retire.
I announce that I am retiring.
That same year, the Chiefs rolled again. Travis finished with 948 receiving yards, ending his historic 1,000-yard receiving streak after electing not to play in Week 18, with the Chiefs' playoff seeding locked up. Travis also made headlines that season, when he sparked up a relationship with uber-famous musician Taylor Swift. Swift made waves across the NFL, often appearing at numerous Chief games, flying in from all over the world while on tour to support her new boyfriend. Swift was there every step of the way in the Chiefs' playoff run. In the divisional round, the Chiefs got the best of the Bills again, with Travis scoring 2 touchdowns and setting the record with Mahomes for most career playoff touchdowns by a quarterback-receiver duo. The Chiefs bested the Ravens as well in the AFC Championship game and matched up with the Niners for a rematch of Super Bowl 54. In their second repeat quest, the Chiefs would not be denied. They beat the Niners, again in come-from-behind fashion, and Kelce won his 3rd Super Bowl with Mahomes at quarterback. 2024 has been the first NFL season without both Kelce brothers in a decade. The Chiefs continue to win, and are hoping to become the first team in NFL history to three-peat. Travis is still with Taylor, and although he is having a down year statistically by his standards, he remains a focal point of the Chiefs' offense. Jason continues to do a podcast with his brother Travis, where they provide entertaining content on football-related news, amongst other things. Jason started as an analyst this season with ESPN's Monday Night Countdown, and also made headlines earlier this season, when he smashed a fan's phone after hearing repeated derogatory remarks about his brother, Travis. Jason apologized on Monday Night Countdown, which was a classy move, but his actions may have been warranted, as the behavior toward Jason was undoubtedly out of line. There's no telling how this season will end up for the Chiefs. Will Travis, Reed, and Mahomes make history, becoming the first franchise in NFL history to three-peat? With a ton of close one-score wins this season, fans are skeptical, but it's hard to count out the trio of Chiefs stars come playoff time. As for the Kelce brothers overall, they're historic. Jason is a 6-time first-team All-Pro, and has a Super Bowl ring to his name. He was the leader of Philly's dominant offensive lines in years past, and critical to Philly's nearly unstoppable tush-push in recent years. Jason's slim frame worried many scouts, which caused him to fall to the 6th round. But there's no doubt he exceeded expectations, completing an incredible 13-year future Hall of Fame career. Travis, on the other hand, is still going. He continues to break receiving records and has 7 All-Pro nominations of his own, 4 first team and 3 second team. He's made 9 Pro Bowls and is on the hunt for his 4th Super Bowl ring, which would undoubtedly cement the Chiefs' dynasty as one of the NFL's all-time greats. As for his relationship with Taylor, well, they're still together. And the only question that remains is, will the Chiefs three-peat? Only time will tell. But the one thing we know for sure is that the Kelce brothers are historic and arguably the greatest brother duo in NFL history, with 4 Lombardis to their name. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you enjoy football stories like these, click the link in the description to subscribe to our weekly newsletter, where we'll be sharing more football stories and discuss weekly football news in both college and the NFL.